In the days before tour buses, bands would fly to a certain area and rent a little fleet of rent-a-cars and travel to wherever they needed to get to. And they can tell a story in the book that I quite liked. It was a long road trip, and people get bored and they get mischievous. And it was a rent-a-car, and if I understand correctly, you woke up to find that the windshield had been altered in a rather major way.
Yes, well, that's Alex Lifeson. And I was unreliable. I fell asleep, and they were probably high. And they had found every sharp object in the van and stuck it into that tarry goo that's between the glass and where the glass connects to the car itself. And there were corkscrews and pens and knives. It was a fantastic bit of art. I was like, what is going on here? But that was just one of the things you get up to on a long drive.
A small antenna farm. Any other road stories come to mind that just jump out at you that you go, oh my God, I don't believe we lived through that?
Well, there's so many. The one I alluded to earlier when we were on our first tour, very early in the first tour, we were driving to Cleveland, and we were driving and smoking pot, and Alex and I were working on a song in the back seat. It was the song "Making Memories," and so we were writing and we were having the best time, and all of a sudden I looked out the window and there's a sign from Memphis. I'm like, coming from Chicago. Cleveland is not, you know what I'm saying? I said, hey, Ernst, is Memphis on the way to Cleveland? I don't think so. And they're like, holy shit. So he had to turn around, and in those days, no cell phones, no internet, no nothing. So we had to get to Cleveland. And so he stopped at a gas station, got onto in a phone booth and booked a flight in Evansville, Indiana. And we were tearing to Evansville. And at one point we went through a rainstorm, and then there was a flood with water coming up to the windows. Everything was conspiring against us. And we got pulled into the airport just to watch our flight. And so Neil just basically sat up and he said, Howard, let me drive. And he got behind the wheel and we drove all night long until we got to Cleveland. I think I put the picture in the book. There's a picture in the book from that drive. Once we got to this hotel outside of Cleveland, they'd given our rooms away, so we had to sleep in this big conference room.
Come on.
So they pulled all these cots in, and we just had to go to sleep. And I have this picture. Neil was so asleep, so fast, so deeply. We were all taking pictures of him. Just fucking around. Man, he's really tired. But anyway, that's one of my favorites.
Geddy, pardon me. The woman in the 7th row appears to be having a baby. Could you move it along, please? Wrap it up now.
All right, that's our cue that we have.
One last question.
One last question. And this touches on, I think, another book that's coming. And I have